Hi, singers. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Have you felt like you used to do theater, you used to do choir, you used to be singing when you were in high school, middle school, elementary school, maybe even a little bit in college, but then something happened, you got out of college, you started to get into the quote unquote real world, and all these messages about where singing should be in your life and where the arts and creativity and the performing arts should be in your life started to pile up and basically work against you and push you back into a corner where you felt like you had to stop being creative or maybe put it to the side or maybe put it off for another time. And what happened is you got into another job, even though you really wanted to be an artist. You got into doing some other work or getting engaged with family and so many things that are valid and valuable, but you let go of singing. You let go of your creative passion. You let go of your art, and you're wondering how do you get back to it? And how do you get back to it when you don't feel confident in it anymore? Because you haven't done it in years, right? You haven't been on stage in a while, or you haven't been on stage in years, or maybe you have been singing a little bit here and there, but not consistently, and you're frustrated because you're not hearing growth in your voice because you're not being consistent with singing and with developing your technique and with performing and getting on stage and whatnot. And you wish that you could get back to performing and to singing and to the arts, but you don't know how to start because you don't feel super confident and you're wondering if you even can. You wonder if it's too late. You wonder if you can get your voice back. Or even you want it to be a career and you just don't even know where to begin of like getting your voice to the level that you would want it to be in order to start creating a side hustle in singing in the performing arts space and maybe starting to perform a little bit here and there. So if this is you, I just want this episode to be a message of true encouragement and a message of like what next, right? Of support for like what next? Like I want you to know, first of all, like becoming a confident singer, performer, becoming more confident in yourself as an artist, becoming more confident in the fact that you want to be an artist and that you're not afraid to say, like, yeah, I am pursuing something creative for my career. I am pursuing something creative as a hobby, as a side hustle, as an outlet, and it's important to me being able to say that and not feel selfish about that desire and not feel like it's wrong, but actually knowing that the arts are worthwhile and singing is meaningful and it's good that you want to pursue this, right? Getting to that point is a journey. And at least from personal experience, it has been a journey for me. Okay. For me, if you're new to me, hi, my name's Estelle, right? I'm the host of the show, and I have been doing the show since 2021. We're almost at our 4 year mark, you guys. This is like a little pre-anniversary situation here. We're almost at our 4 year mark of this podcast. And I literally started this podcast while I was in medical school. Okay. Let that sink in for a second. Okay. So that was almost 4 years ago. I was in med school. I was living in Barbados because I went to an international medical school. And I started virtually because of COVID. I started online in 2020. And then I went there in person summer of 2021. And that's when I started my podcast because I was like, I literally cannot. I wanted a creative career so badly. And I did not know how to get there. I didn't know how to even be a creative person, like as an adult. I didn't know if it was worthwhile. I didn't know if it was meaningful. I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know if I could become a singer or performing artist. I was really, really wanting to do something in theater and musical theater. And I just didn't know how to do that because I was in med school because of what I believed, because I believed that that was the only path that I could take towards a career that was fulfilling and that it was helping people and also it was stable and more, you know, more predictable and whatnot. And so I thought that that was the career that I had to take, the path that I had to take, not realizing that I have gifts and abilities and a desire to do this for a reason. And God had actually put them in me for a reason. And God has actually put them in you for a reason and a purpose. And so I was in this place where I just wanted this like space to talk about wanting to be creative while I was in medical school. And that's when I started this podcast. And that's part of where my journey started. Actually, it's been a journey throughout my life. And I'd been pretty confident in my voice, felt pretty confident as a singer when I was younger and in high school and even a little bit in college too. I was still singing in college, but when I became an adult, I was like, if this is like, I don't know if I can do this career. But then when I finally decided, I made the decision, which is the first thing I want you to think about. You got to make the decision. For me, it came at the end of that year, 2021, actually, after I started the podcast. And I was like still trying to sing. I was in medical school. I was trying to sing anywhere that I could, any way that I could, worship teams, singing on TikToks, making TikToks and Instagram reels, or was reels even a thing? I don't even know. Making videos whenever I could, just trying to sing as much as I could to keep up with my practice. But I really had to make the decision at the end of that year to say, you know what? I know this is the career path that I'm meant to take, and I'm meant to do this, and I'm not backing down one more second. I'm taking this opportunity that I had at the end of that school year. I wasn't even doing well anyway. And I was like, I'm going to take this opportunity to just exit and transition. And that's literally what I did. I made the decision. I felt God calling me and I decided. If you are clicking on this episode, hey girl, you're listening here. Maybe this is part of where you're making that decision. Maybe this is you're in the moment where you are making that decision that you are going to commit to starting your journey of pursuing a career, a creative outlet, a side hustle, a passion project as a singer, as a performer in your adult years. You're not backing down for one more second. And so that was my journey. That was what it took, was that first step to make that decision of I'm not going to go back. I'm not looking back. I'm only moving forward towards what I believe, what I know I've been called to do, towards building these gifts that I have and sharing it with the world. And that's where it began. I got back from Barbados. I started voice lessons. I started dance classes. I started auditioning for shows, for theater productions. And then I started applying for, programs in music. I was thinking like arts administration at that time because I was like, I think I might have, want to do like, like start my studio, like teaching voice because I really love singing and I want to like be helping while also like being a performer, which performing in itself is also beautiful and powerful. But I was like, I also want to help other people discover their voices too, because I feel like my teachers who have done that for me have helped me so much, and I want to do that for other people. And so I was like, kind of like exploring all these different things. But what happened is it started one small step at a time after I made that decision. And so what had to happen is making the decision to start to move forward, even though I did not feel super confident. I felt pretty confident as a singer because I'd been singing my whole life, but I didn't know if I could be like professional level singer, right? Or a voice teacher or artist. But I was like, I made that decision to start, even though I didn't feel ready. Are you willing to make that decision to start before you feel ready? Are you willing to make that decision that, you know what, I'm moving forward in this passion for singing and performing arts? I just don't want you to let regret be a thing. I don't want that to even be an option for us, Those of us girls, us ladies listening to this podcast, some of you guys who are listening too, I want all of us to know, like, I want every one of us to not let regret be an option. Instead of staying in that place of like, oh, I used to sing, I used to perform, I used to be an artist, I used to do these things. No, I'm doing this moving forward. Period. End of story. I'm gonna start even though I don't feel ready. I'm gonna take some small steps. That's what I did when I got back from Barbados, when I got back from med school. I started taking small steps, reaching out, seeking support from voice teachers, seeking support from other artists who I wanted to mentor me, seeking opportunities. I started auditioning. I got in a short play. I got to be in a short play. Like, was it like a month or so after I got back got back to North Carolina, right? Back to my house. I like this opportunity was, came about. I auditioned for it and I got a role in this, short play. And so it's so exciting what can happen. And I now look back 4 years later and I'm like, oh, 4 years after I started the podcast, and now about 3.5 years after after I left medical school. I now look back, I'm in this program studying music to be a music educator, finishing up my master's now, and still wrapping up my master's and teaching music, teaching voice, being a music educator, voice teacher, and singer and performer. And it's like, It wouldn't have happened if I didn't simply start. And for you, your journey towards becoming a confident singer will not happen if you don't make that decision to start before you're ready. You have to start, you have to make the decision to start, and then take small little steps. Seek support, seek opportunities to connect with other artists, okay? Seek opportunities to do an open mic night, go to an audition, get into a voice lesson. Hey, girl, let's talk. Like, let's get into lessons to get that support that you need. I know what it's like. I've been there. I know what it's like when you're like, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to begin to grow as a singer and as a performer at this stage of my life where I am with my voice. Because it's not just the voice, it's also the mental side, the mindset. So I couple building that confident mindset along with helping you build that technique and those performance skills in lessons with you. So I'll be able to help you with both of those aspects because I understand both of those, right? And so I would love to work with you if that's you. If you really want that support, you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio and I'd be happy to work with you. But find opportunities to just take small steps to help you get started and start before you're ready. If my journey is like any example to you whatsoever, that's what I've learned. And if this inspires you whatsoever, I want you to do one thing, one little thing before you finish this episode, before you move on with your life. I want you to just write down on a piece of paper one small step that you will take today to get started, right? If you're going to start before you're ready, you got to take a small step. You got to make a decision that you're going to do it. And what is one small step that you can take? And hey, if you want accountability, you can come grab a lesson with me and I can help you with that small step. You can come to the Facebook group and post it. It's an open space, it's free, it's an open Facebook group. You can just post, like make a post in there and I'll chat with you, I'll support you, I'll encourage you, and I'll hold you accountable. Like, come to the Facebook group if you want a free community to hold you accountable for that thing that you're gonna do. But you gotta write down what is that one small step you can take today to help you get started. It's a journey. It's a journey, but you have to start with the first step and you have to start before you're ready. And if you're listening to this, I want you to be encouraged that you can do this. You can absolutely do this. I believe in you, believe in yourself. Take that one step today, write it down, come to the Facebook group and share it if you want that accountability. And you can come to the Facebook group at creativelybyestelle.com/community, creativelybyestelle.com/community. If you don't want to come to the Facebook group, just leave a review. And that's an amazing way to share with me what you're learning. And I love reading reviews. It really inspires me. So please leave a review for the show as well. Okay. If you need help building confidence as a singer this summer, I have slots open for coaching. So you can go grab a lesson with me and I'd love to work with you. Other than that, thank you so, so much for being here. Have an amazing day and I will talk to you later. Thank you so, so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the Performing Arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so, so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.